Here's something that might surprise you. Most millionaires in America didn't inherit their money. They didn't win the lottery. They didn't get some lucky stock tip that changed their life overnight. They built it slowly, using habits so simple that most people ignore them completely. And that's exactly why this video matters. Because the gap between someone who stays broke and someone who becomes wealthy usually isn't about income. It's about behavior. By the end of this video, you'll understand the specific habits that separate millionaires from everyone else. Some of them will surprise you. One of them might completely change how you think about money. Let's start with the first habit, and it's one that breaks almost every stereotype you have about rich people. Habit 1. They live below their means. When you picture a millionaire, you probably imagine mansions, exotic cars, designer everything. But here's the truth. Most self-made millionaires live in ordinary homes, drive used cars, and avoid flashy spending completely. Research on American millionaires has found something fascinating. A huge percentage of them never spent more than $30,000 on a car in their entire lives. They shop with coupons. They budget. They think carefully before every purchase. Why does this matter? Because wealth isn't about how much money you make. It's about how much you keep. Someone earning $80,000 a year who saves 20% of it will often end up wealthier than someone earning $300,000 who spends every bit of it trying to look successful. This is the hidden truth most people never realize. Looking rich and being rich are often opposites. The lesson here is simple. Wealth is built quietly. It's built by people who choose long-term freedom over short-term image. But living below your means is only step 1. The next habit is where things start getting really interesting. Habit 2. They treat saving like a bill, not a leftover. Most people save whatever is left over after spending. Millionaires flip that completely. They pay themselves first. Before rent. Before groceries. Before entertainment. A portion of every paycheck goes straight into savings or investments, automatically, before it ever has the chance to disappear into daily spending. This sounds small, but over time, it becomes enormous. Imagine two people. Both earn the same salary. One saves whatever happens to be left at the end of the month, which is usually nothing. The other automatically saves 15% the moment they get paid. After 20 years, the difference isn't just noticeable. It's life-changing. This is where most people make their biggest mistake. They wait to feel ready to save. They tell themselves, I'll start once I earn more. But higher income rarely fixes bad habits. It just makes the same mistakes more expensive. The people who build wealth don't wait for extra money to appear. They make saving automatic, so discipline isn't required every single day. Now here's where we get into something most people completely misunderstand about millionaires. Habit 3. They understand that money grows through ownership, not just effort. Most people trade time for money. They work an hour, they get paid for that hour, and that's it. Millionaires think differently. They focus on owning things that make money whether they're working or not. Stocks, real estate, businesses, assets that keep producing value in the background. This is the real secret behind compound growth. Let's say someone invests $500 a month into the stock market starting at age 25, earning an average historical return. By retirement age, that habit alone could realistically grow into over $1 million. Not because they got lucky, but because of decades of consistent investing. Compare that to someone who waits until age 45 to start. Even if they invest more money per month, they'll likely end up with far less, simply because they lost 20 years of growth time. This is the part most people don't realize. Time in the market matters more than timing the market. Of course, investing always comes with risk, and markets can go up or down. Nobody can guarantee returns. But history has shown that patient, long-term investing tends to reward consistency far more than trying to chase quick wins. The lesson is powerful. Millionaires don't just work for money. They build systems where their money works for them. But here's a habit that surprises almost everyone. Habit 4. They avoid lifestyle inflation. This is one of the sneakiest wealth killers out there. Lifestyle inflation happens when your spending grows every time your income grows. You get a raise, so you get a nicer apartment. You get promoted, so you buy a nicer car. Before long, you're earning more than ever, but somehow you still feel broke. Millionaires break this cycle on purpose. When their income increases, they don't upgrade their lifestyle at the same speed. Instead, they increase their savings and investments first. This single habit is one of the biggest reasons some people become wealthy while others stay stuck, even with a great salary. The hidden truth is this: it's not about how much you earn. It's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. The bigger that gap, the faster you build wealth. Now let's talk about the habit that ties everything together. Habit 5. They think in decades, not days. Millionaires rarely chase overnight success. They build patiently, using long-term thinking most people give up on too soon. This is where the biggest mistake usually happens. Most people expect fast results. They start saving for 2 months, don't see huge changes, and quit. They invest for a year, see a dip in the market, and panic sell. Wealth doesn't work on a 2-month timeline. It works on a 20-year timeline. The people who succeed financially are usually not the smartest investors in the room. They're the most patient ones. They stay consistent through market ups and downs. They avoid emotional decisions, and they let time do the heavy lifting. This is the real secret hiding behind almost every self-made millionaire story. Not luck, not some secret formula, just consistent habits, repeated for years, without giving up. Final thoughts. So let's bring this all together. Millionaires live below their means, even when they could easily afford more. They save automatically, treating it like a non-negotiable bill. They build wealth through ownership, not just labor. They resist lifestyle inflation, even as their income grows. And they think in decades, staying patient when everyone else gives up. None of these habits require a special talent. None of them require a huge starting income. They simply require discipline, repeated consistently over a long period of time. The truth is, becoming wealthy isn't about one big lucky break. It's about small, boring decisions made every single day. Decisions most people are simply not willing to stick with. If this video gave you a new way of thinking about money, subscribe for more videos about money, investing, and building wealth.